Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Aries. My name is Chelsea, and this is the channel where we do all Aries readings. Today, we're going to take a look here at the current energy for today. This is a morning energy reading. We're going to talk about some 8th house matters. As I told you, I would bring them up today when we got into the whole death and transformation, death slash transformation talk yesterday. That's what I like to call it because right, it's not, we're really dying. Only the physical body is dying. It is just us transforming, crossing over into another dimension, another realm. So don't look at it as true death. True death is just meaning to be apart from God, right? When you are, there are people walking on this earth who are dead, but they still have physical bodies and they still breathe, but they are not connected to God, right? They are not connected to source energy. That's death. That's when we say death. When someone is dead, or death is when they are apart from God. So not really like we've been taught this physical body dies and we're dead. No, we just physical body. It's just we've just shed the physical body. Our soul still lives on. Okay, so there's clarification on that. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Didn't do any readings yesterday. Really feeling the grief heavy right now. I just went to the gym yesterday, showered, and got into bed for the day. Today, I am up, showered already. I'm not going to the gym. I'm just kind of in hermit mode right now. But I am going to go do a little shopping because that's something me and my mom like to do. More so, I would say window shopping because I'm just going to go. I was like, I have a wedding to go to in October. And the girl's having like 3 parties. It requires 3 dresses. So I was like, that's something fun to do. Me and my mom used to like to shop. So I'm going to go do that today on Magazine Street. I feel like I look the best. It's time for this hair to come out, but I don't know what hairstyle I want next. So I'm just going to go put my shades on and be out in public. And hopefully nobody speaks to me because that's how I feel. But yeah, so we'll have a little bit of the talks today about, because I promised some of you who are interested in the whole transformation thing, that's what we'll call it, not dying. Transformation thing, 8th house matters, which we have a full moon in Aquarius in the 8th house on the 19th. So maybe that's why we're so amped to talk about this subject. Interesting enough, 8th house, the full moon is in Aquarius, which is in my 8th house. So if I die, just know that I love you all. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. Because the thing about that is that you must know, just a disclaimer before I read this, it is not going to be, that's not precise because there are more things involved with you dying and transitioning. Okay. A lot of different things that make this decision, right? And you also have to know that we have more than Rich Risings, Chrissy. We have more than one exit point, more than one exit strategy on our plan of life. So what I'm meaning is that if your soul, like say you might get in an accident at 17, that could be an exit strategy for you. But maybe you have like a near-death experience and you decide you want to stay. And then there might be another exit strategy for you at 35 and you stay. And then another one at 80. You know, it depends, right? Our deaths are not always set in stone. There are different things, different transits when we're talking about astrology that can determine when we go, okay? From what we know and what we've learned from near-death experiences, some people have choices. Some people have choices and decisions, whether they go, and some people don't. Okay, I've heard a lot of near-death experiences where people were like, I want to stay in heaven. I want to stay here. And their spirit guide's like, no, you have to go back for XYZ. I've heard some near-death experiences where they're like, it's your decision. You can stay now or you can go back. And people have chosen to go back. So we have different exit strategies. So it doesn't mean that this is definitely how you are going to die. It just, 8th house matters, talks about maybe you or around you, how it could happen, or someone you know, okay? Just for an example of how different, what is that on my eye? I don't know what that is. Different birth charts is, I was looking at different celebrities and stuff like that. And just, comparing 8th house matters and stuff. Like, for instance, we all know Marvin Gaye. He was an Aries. I do believe a Cancer rising, just like me. His Chiron is in Cancer, just like me. And his 8th house was in Aquarius, just like me. And it would say that in Aquarius, 8th house may die around people, which he did, but his was more traumatic. If you know, he was shot by his father. So there's a lot of different things that can, determine what your exit strategy would be, including past life things, karmic things that have to play out, things that can repeat playing out, but can change if somebody interferes. So just a lot of different things. So I just wanted to give that preface before we go into that, so you don't take this quite literally. I mean, this is just all for fun, YouTube, all for fun. All right, so I'm just going to give you a quick energy reading. And if you don't know your birth chart and you want to look at it while I'm doing the quick reading, you can go to Astro Cafe, Astro something. Let me see. That's the one I always use. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to get up because somebody just busted in my room. So I'm going to have to go get him, and then I'm going to come right back. Astro Cafe Astrology. You will need your time of birth if you have that, so you can pinpoint more your 8th house, because you need to know your 1st house. Let me go get the dog. I'm so sorry. Bruno be busting down doors, sliding doors like he pays every bill in this house. Goodness gracious. All right. Let's take a look. Holy Spirit, Spirit guides and angels, please allow me to deliver a clear message here for the Aries collective. What do we have for Aries today? Of course it was Bruno. He's a menace. He's a sweet menace, but he's a menace. Let's take a look. This is for Aries. All right. Aries, number 36, reduces to 9. It says, come to the edge. Come to the edge. Pugsley really acts like he's too old for those games now. He's a college kid. All right. We have come to the edge. Courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. Facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. All right. Beautiful. Feels like the Fool energy there, come to the edge, right? When you see, literally, right? When you see the Fool on the edge of the cliff about to take a leap of faith, right? It's time for you to do something that fuels you, invigorates you, scares you. Healthy fear, I guess, is the way that you would put it, but it's time for you to try something new so you can see new outcomes, including miraculous things. Look how this card fell. The star card here, Aquarius energy. So yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and take a look at your 8th house, your nephew is in the laundry room now, in his room. I just made the laundry room really cozy for them, put a rug, some beds, so when they go in timeout, they're comfortable. But that's where he is. All right, let's take a look here for Aries. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. What is this saying here today for Aries? What is the energy for today for Aries? Wow, look at that. The sun. Beautiful energy today, Aries. The Devil. Okay, let's take a look here. And the Death. PTA group text all day. All right. Aries, talk about transformative energy here. Okay. Just on the cusp of this full moon in Aquarius energy here, we have the sun, we have the devil, and we have the death card. This definitely feels like a full transformation here that is happening, but not without action from you. Okay. The sun is like our dreams being fully realized, whatever that dream may be for you at this moment in time. Something very happy, joyous, illuminating happening for you, coming to a grand realization of a new beginning. Okay. This could be abundance, wish fulfillment, joy. Again, I said happiness. The devil here in this instance, when I'm seeing the devil and the death card next to each other with the sun on the other side, this is literally like going through something that like frightens you, but getting through it and realizing that you had nothing to be afraid of. The devil can represent material things, earthly matters, but also illusions, addictions, codependency, things that make you feel like you're tied to them or you're chained to them. Okay. When I'm seeing the sun card here, I'm seeing something being illuminated around this, right? And then the death card talks about endings of this matter, the death and the devil here, the transformation of whatever this may be that you feel restricted or constrained to. I'm intuitively, I'm picking up on that this is definitely around this full moon energy because of something coming to an end. So this could have been something that you have been dealing with for quite some time. Maybe if you go back to the new moon in Aquarius or even further, okay, even further. I want to clarify this and see here what we have for Aries, but it's coming to an end. The death card talks about endings that bring in new beginnings. And at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords. Gemini, Libra, more Aquarius energy. Oh, goodness. All right. Let's see here. Tell me about the sun. Two of Pentacles. Tell me about the devil. The Nine of Cups. Tell me about the death card here. And the Hierophant, beautiful energy, Taurus energy. We have here with the Scorpio energy, the devil energy, more earth energy. Pugsley, you will be next. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles. The Temperance here, Sagittarius energy, taking your time. This is, I'm seeing the Empress at the bottom of the deck. Tell me about the Sun. I'm hearing this is a long time coming. This is something that has been a long time coming for you. I'm seeing the Page of Cups, being intuitively pushed to do something. I'm seeing the Empress, the Four of Wands, happiness, celebrations, beautiful life here, partnerships, pregnancy, new beginnings, birth, and creation. So when I'm seeing the Sun, the first card that came out is the Two of Pentacles, meaning that you're making a decision, you're weighing your options, and you're making a decision here. The Temperance energy here talks about that you have transmuted or you are transmuting something through this energy balance. You've taken your time. You've really come to a decision. And also something here, the Page of Cups energy here. This could be an intuitive message, something that is pulling on you emotionally to do or to embark in. Hold on one second. Pugsley, come here. He would just stare at me like, try me. Okay. The devil energy here, clarifying the devil energy is the Nine of Cups. So this is literally breaking through your fears or whatever you feel like is controlling a situation and realizing your wish fulfillment, your desire. And through this, it's not even just about getting what you desire or you wish for. This is more about a spiritual lesson that you are learning, grasping, and then mastering. Okay. And then mastering. But the point is that you're going for it. You're going for this thing. breaking free. Some of you, this could be breaking free from an addiction like food or health things, health matters, sugar, like doesn't have to be no hardcore addiction. But there's something here that you're mastering and you're getting through, and you're realizing that the lesson is the real blessing, right? We always think that what we get is the blessing, but it's really the lesson that is the real blessing. So you don't have to repeat something, so your soul can ascend. And that's truly what it is. I'm hearing coming onto the edge of freedom, or realizing you're free in some aspect. And we have the Hierophant here with the Death card here. This also could be a transformation in how you think, your belief system, how you do something. Okay, the Hierophant can represent I was going to say formalities, traditions. Okay, could be relationships, marriages, things like that, but things that you consider traditional or societal norms here. And with the Death card here, it is transforming. There's something about that way of doing something or thinking that is transforming. Yep. The World card, it's coming to an end. Okay. There's something, a cycle that is closing out for you. So we're going to see, this full moon in Aquarius, when we're talking about 8th house matters, again, like this is all this energy right here. The Death, we just had that Capricorn full moon, the Sun, Leo energy here. One of the things that could happen through this full moon in Aquarius is surprises, things that literally come to light. It could be about secrets, things that were hidden, and don't always think negatively, but this could be a realization for you, like literally occultism, something that was hidden, but now you see because of your transformation and your growth in a particular area of your life. Congratulations, Catherine. Let me know how you did it, because I'm trying. Congratulations. Well, I'm moving, Marvia, I'm moving. I can't really say, I feel okay, but I'm moving. It's a very good time to do that. Writing right now, Missy, she says she's journaling, affirmations, meditating, me too. That is actually something that can make this transformation or these realizations, whatever you're about to go through in this full moon in Aquarius, easier, helpful. So when there are things that come up that are unexpected, if you have been in meditation or meditating right now, it won't catch you so much off guard if it is something that is more difficult to digest. You understand? We would like our lives to be fairy, airy, and perfect all the time. But the fact of the matter is that there are just things that happen that are completely unexpected that we don't see coming. But meditation and journaling and having some form of practice and healing will make it easier to deal with, right? Being very proactive about your healing. Okay. Let's see. I have a few things I want to read before we just jump right into how you're going to croak. Okay. Just because I think I think it's better to kind of just preface some things. Let's see. Let me see if I saved it anywhere. Okay, let me just read this. Death transits in astrology houses, okay? The 8th house of the natal chart rules death. To be more exact, it is considered the house of change and transformation, and that's what we're going to call it, right? Death is the ultimate transformation of life. Many times death can be indicated by the planets that are in the 8th house or transiting, okay? Or transiting, okay, the 8th house. This is not always the case. However, nor is the 8th house always involved, right? This is why you have to get your own personal reading. Just because you have a planet transiting your 8th house does not mean you are going to die. Every year, the Sun, Mercury, and Venus transit the 8th house. Every 2 years, Mars transits the 8th house. Every 30 years, Saturn transits the 8th house. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto may or may not transit the 8th house during any given lifetime. Sometimes planets transiting the 8th house can represent the end of something, right? We have this full moon in Aquarius in the 8th house. So right now it could be the end of something in your life. Doesn't mean you or anyone else is around you is going to die, but it just could be the end of something. especially if it's okay. So let me read that again. Sometimes planets transiting the eighth house can represent the end of something, especially if they make harsh aspects with another significant planet in your chart. In addition to death, the eighth house also represents taxes, lawsuits, money, and investments, other people's money, and sex. So the eighth house also encompasses those things too, which mean during this eighth house, during this full moon in Aquarius here, you could see some of those things happen. Maybe your sex life ramps up. Maybe a lawsuit finally pays out. Maybe something to do with your taxes that you have to see, good or bad, depending on the aspects in your house. Okay. So, right. A lot of other different things that these houses rule. So let's see here. All right, let's look at this. Eighth house. This is by, who is this by? Daria Shavati Sovia. I can't say her name. All right, but that's who it's by. AKA the death house. So death, especially when it pertains to astrology, is very sticky and an uncomfortable subject for some. No one wants to think about it, talk about it, or even acknowledge it half the time, but that doesn't mean that it's not extremely important aspect of life or that it won't happen for each of us, right? I think we're all going to die. I think we all know that. So I will tag this and put this in the description box so you all can read it for yourselves and just so you can see. So again, when your eighth house, I guess they're starting with Capricorn because I do believe, I think that's the home of it, but it says, so starting with Capricorn, people who have Capricorn in their eighth house, you may live to see 80 or 90. Or even an older age. These people have the ability to live the very longest lives if they take good care of themselves and keep working. Bodies typically begin to go downhill after retirement. So the key to an exceptionally long life is to keep on working. If not in a career, find other fulfilling work to keep yourself busy well into old age, hobbies, volunteering, being a caretaker for others, etc. Be careful of your knees and your teeth and work-related stresses. That's for people with Capricorn in the eighth house, okay? Generally speaking. I guess I don't know if they put that first because it would be a good thing. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I don't know. So how do you feel about that? Anybody know they have Capricorn in the eighth house? Anybody? You do? Yes. Beautiful. So the most important thing, and I know you take care of yourself. Hey, Pugsley, is to take care of yourself and really, honestly, find something that you love to do that doesn't feel like work. So you could be doing it your whole life. Let's grab him 1 second. They're building a house. I'm sorry, y'all. This is going to go on for a while because they're building a house in front of my house, directly in front. And I keep my windows open because nobody got to let the light. Hey, you have special treatment right now, but you can go in the room with Bruno if you please. So yeah, I've been, nobody really knows when they're going to pass unless you get a dream or something like that. Okay, we have Aquarius. So you go to Astrology Cafe if you want to. I've decided 80s is a good age, right? Especially if I'm gonna be active. Hopefully I'm gonna be active, but I'm okay after that. I said 83. I don't know if I'm picking it or I don't know if I'm hearing that, but I'm okay with 83. I'm okay. I am not somebody who could be wheelchair bound, bedridden. Absolutely not. Just God take me. Because no, absolutely not. I know some people are like, oh, I want to live old, and just let my child have a happy family. Let me be a grandmother. And then after that, I'm okay. I am okay. All right. Aquarius. Aquarius is in the 8th house. This is me. The death is likely unexpected, quick, and painless. People with this placement typically pass very unexpectedly in some bizarre accident, shocking everyone around them. This death might even be related to their friends. They might die at the same time as some of their friends. While with a friend, etc., stay aware of your surroundings. Strive not to act with too much haste. This is where I said Marvin Gaye had Aquarius in his 8th house, and I guess that can make sense for him too. I don't know if you consider that an accident, but I guess it was something that was kind of unpredictable or bizarre. But again, his other placements and transits have to affect that as well. He had a lot of issues with his father and Cancer rising, a lot of family abandonment issues there as well. Okay, Pisces. And again, this is not anything set in stone. So again, please get your own reading, right? Your own reading. Those who have Pisces in the 8th house are often the ones who pass in their sleep, an easy spiritual death. This death is usually an extremely spiritual happening, very peaceful, dreamy, even beautiful. It could also be related to sacrificing your life to protect another. It might also be a water-related death or one due to drugs, alcohol, suicide, or fluid buildup somewhere in the body. Be careful around water and refrain from drugs and alcohol. It's from Pisces. I heard Pisces people have 9 lives, which maybe that has something to do around the addiction stuff. I'm not sure. Aries in the 8th house. This combination typically shows a death which will be related to fire, anger, rash, impulse, also in driving too fast or acting without thinking, blood illnesses or loss of blood or fights or disputes with other people which you may lose. Be extra careful in these areas. If you're anemic or have any other blood ailments or illnesses, pay extra attention to your health. Me and my cousin were joking last night because I have Aquarius in the 8th house. She has Aries in the 8th house. And I was like, we always were like daredevils. I said, maybe something's going to happen. Let me not. We joke about stuff like this because we're not afraid to die, but some people may think it's not funny. But we feel like me and her were born 2 weeks apart. 2 weeks apart. So we pretty much came into this earth. We came to this earth together. We always say like we're in the same soul family. I said, so we're probably going to go out together and some crazy, maybe bungee jumping or, because we always do crazy stuff like that, which would be pretty exciting for me. Okay, people with Taurus in the 8th house. Since Taurus is ruled by Venus, this usually indicates a very peaceful passing. The death could be related to your throat or neck, overeating, diabetes, or caused by some earthly event like a natural disaster. These folks are usually quite old when they pass and usually leave a legacy, and their deaths may even make history. Okay. Gemini in the 8th house. Most of the time, this combination expires via respiratory complications, pneumonia, asphyxiation, blockage in the airways, lung disease, smoking, emphysema, lack of breath. Be careful, extra careful looking after your lungs. Quit smoking if you are a smoker. Cancer in the 8th house. This combination indicates a death that happens at home, surrounded by loved ones. It might also happen at the very same time as parents or other family members passing. It could also be related to accidents in the home, food, obesity, breast illness, or cancer, or stomach issues. Take extra care of your breast, stomach areas. Regular breast exams are encouraged even for men. I think my mom had cancer in the 8th house. I'm going to share her chart when I finally get it from the state. But because I put a request in for her birth certificate. But I do believe so, because although it was from breast cancer, there was still very beautiful passing with family around her and a lot of love. And then we have Leo people. Most often, a Leo 8th house death is related to the heart troubles, and heart attacks are highlighted. It might also happen as a result of overestimating yourself, as in a fight or other risky venture. It could also be related to very grand dramatic events, such as on TV, in front of a crowd or audience, or in another otherwise bold way. And keep your heart in the best shape possible. Eat well and focus on getting cardiovascular exercise as often as you can. Somebody should Google famous people with Leo in the 8th house and see if that aligns, and see, if we have any fame, because there's been a few famous people who have died on TV and different stuff and scenarios. I wonder if that lines up. So let's see here. Virgo, let me know in the comment section if you look it up. People with Virgo in the 8th house, this death is usually, look at his face. This death is usually related to health issues, intestinal problems, or illness, or viruses, or contagious illnesses. Stay on top of your health, develop good hygiene, visit your doctors often, and protect yourself from nervous tension that may cause intestinal or stomach upset. Be careful with medicines. People with Virgo in the 8th house, you might do better to have like natural remedies, natural natural remedies, natural everything. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, I mean that makes sense because Virgo, earth, you know. Libra, this death is often related to diabetes or sweets. For these people, death will most likely be very peaceful, beautiful, and even artistic. It might also happen in a sleep at the same time as your spouse or in other easy, loving way. This is a smooth death, which will come at a time when you are totally at peace. Wow, that's beautiful. Scorpio deaths. These are mysterious deaths, okay? Sexual deaths, possibly related to STDs, possibly occur during war or sometimes during sexual experience. Hidden quite often, these people pass alone or very rarely by someone else's hands. This death is also quite intense and spiritually enlightening. I was about to say that. Be extra careful in matters of sex, getting regular checkups, or reproductive organs. Protect yourself from sexual illnesses and refrain from provoking others. So, with that being in the 8th house for Scorpio, you would think, I know it sounds scary in a human sense of what things could happen in the human, in the flesh, but probably those type of deaths bring in, like it said, more spiritually enlightening, more elevation, maybe when you cross over on the other side. I'm not sure. When I die, I'll check back in with y'all and let you know. I'm sure by then somebody will be communicating quite clearly from the other side when we die. We have the Sagittarius energy. This death occurs in a faraway land or while traveling. These people typically do not pass away near their homes, but probably while on a trip, while on the road, or overseas. However, they are likely to attain old age and only pass away when their bodies are too tired to carry on. It may be a carefree death that is quite easy. Beautiful. That's a good question, Chelsea, because that is something I read too. Let me take a look. Since Sagittarius is also linked to the sports, you should be careful of playing sports and sports-related injuries. This death could involve foreigners and might also be related to growths such as tumors or even obesity. Protect yourself from growths by dealing with stress emotions quickly so that they do not build up, and be extra careful while traveling and driving. That was very long. And I was still reading for Sagittarius. I only fall partly in the 8th house. If it looks like you fall mostly entire in the 8th house of Scorpio, you need to look at the beginning to see exactly where it starts. And if there's a little cusp in Libra, when you have a Libra 7th house instead. What if I'm on the cusp? The main thing that determines which house you're in is where it starts rather than where it takes up the most space. Even if a tiny cusp sits in Libra, that's where you are. And sometimes the house isn't split between two signs, so it's simpler. I don't know if that answered your question. Let me see here. I'm sorry, I'm reading some of these comments. Hold on a second. Hey. They're laying cement over there. Hey, please stop. Please. There's a lot of planets in Mercury retrograde right now. I'm not letting you down. Leave them alone. Where's Chelsea? Chelsea, email me. Okay, so I'm gonna send you some information. But yeah, so I think that covered everybody from Sagittarius all the way from Capricorn to Sagittarius. All right. Because there's a lot of information about that if you don't have it in the 8th house, and I'm gonna tell you specifically for you. I don't want to just throw stuff out there. What does it mean when you're a black house? When you're black moon, Lilith is in the 8th house, vertex in the 8th house. You're gonna have to get a reading with an astrologer to tell you completely. But I was just giving a more general description. Okay. And I read them all, so you can go back and rewind if you're just joining in. I'm gonna do the next 48 in a little while when I come back from my outing. But yeah, if you have any questions, please email me. I'll be available all weekend. Feeling a little better. Hopefully, I'm getting out of the house today. Yesterday, I stayed in the bed all day. And hopefully some sunshine, right? Vitamin D will help me feel a little better. So I'm going to get out the house and go do something fun that me and my mom would have liked to do, which is shopping. That was her love language. She was a Libra. She liked pretty things. Wow, how similar is that? I'm an Aries, Cancer rising with Aquarius in the 8th house too, Capricorn in the 7th. You do crazy stuff. I'm okay. I guess I don't know. If I die doing something adventurous, I'm like, it's a double-edged sword for me, because I'm like, am I on a trip with people? Is my death going to hinder everybody else? Is my death going to ruin the trip? That would be my biggest concern. But then again, I'd be out of here. So I don't know if it would really be a concern or not, but quick and to the point, painless and unexpected. That sounds ideal for me. I know some people will be like, oh, I want to die in my sleep. At peace. And that's beautiful. That's so absolutely beautiful. But I'm okay with not seeing it coming. I mean, everything that I need on this side is prepared for people who are left behind me, but I'm okay. I'm okay with the element of surprise and shock. I mean, I don't think we get to really choose, but it is what it is. Yes, my mom sent me that song. She used to send me that song a lot when she first heard it. So yeah. Any other questions, you guys feel free to email me and I'll figure it out for you, because I'm still learning myself. Everybody was interested in that topic yesterday. So I wanted to share just what I've been learning. Okay. My mom's a Libra, and I found out I thought we had her birth certificate, but my evil stepfather, who took everything, he might have it. So I'm going to have to order a new birth certificate from my mom, which thank goodness I can do, being her daughter, without having to get any legal documentation, because I have her death certificate. So that's something I'm going to do some people commemorate their mothers in other ways on their death anniversary, but me being me, getting my mom's birth chart seems like a beautiful way to really get to know her even more. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. So, and I'd definitely love to share that with y'all if you're interested. All right. So that's what I have for you guys today. And I'll be checking back in later with the next 48. Hopefully this guy is settled, because he's not going to be sitting on my lap all day. Yes, you. All right. You guys take care. I do, but she's not giving readings right now. So I would have to look into that. I do have a good astrologer, but she's not giving readings right now. So, but I will do some research for you and get back to you with a list of some good ones. I would have to talk to some people, some references, but the person that I normally go to is not giving readings right now. All right. So take care.